What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Dirty Mike, and today, my friends, we have no appearance from CFO John Arnold, nothing from the scout Maurice, but we are going to make some upgrades. In the previous installment, if you can recall, we had a vote. We had option A, option B, and option C, and it was a close one. Y'all decided to go with Niang, who is one of the most overpowered players in FIFA Ultimate Team. If you're looking for a cheap monster, a beast, a striker, someone who can perform, and we're getting rid of some of our extra players. We need some coin influx. If you enjoy the content, make sure to drop a thumbs up. And I'm trying to get out more of these episodes. I've just been working my tail off trying to get content for the live stream with FUT Champions, which, I could go on and on about so many things that make me angry with FUT Champions. In fact, I do believe I'm going to put together a rant video about the gameplay issues and the concept of playing 40 games basically in 48 hours, and just how it's not possible for normal people. It's not even possible for YouTubers if you want to produce that type of content to bring to everybody. As you can see, our new concept squad here, that's what we're putting together. And we start out with 23,000 coins, or almost 24,000 coins in this episode. And it cost me about 14K to build this team. So if you're wondering if you want to remake and replicate, it's only going to cost you about 14K. We are still undefeated. We're definitely going to hop into some games. And we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. In the comments, can you let me know what would you change about FUT Champions? And also, who are the most overpowered players in the game for you? Maybe pick a player from each league of the big leagues. So you're looking at the Liga 1, the Premiership, the Calcio A, the Liga, and the Bundesliga. Maybe take one from each league. If you had to choose one guy, any position that just romps for you. And when you're looking at overpowered, it's typically someone who's not extremely high rated and not somebody that's extremely expensive. I've got a special video coming very soon talking about best players in the game and best value players in the game. So just wait for it. Sit back, relax. Game numero uno. And we've got a lot to talk about today, as we almost start out with a bang there. We ended up doing a hybrid. I know in the previous installment, I was going to put together a solely Calcio A's team if you voted for Niang, or if you voted for, I forgot what option I had in the Premiership, but it was going to be a Premier-based team. Or if you voted for Dembele, then we would have made a Bundesliga side. But I just felt like, why don't we mix it up a little bit? Let's put together a hybrid. Everybody likes to have some variation in their squads. One league teams can be kind of boring, and we're seeing a lot of the same repeated squads when you're going through FUT Champions. As we give an equalizer, and in the first match, I'm not sure if you can tell, but the connection is awful, unplayable in fact. A lot of lag, a lot of delay, and that's why the game ends 1-1. Not a lot of chances. I don't care what the stats say. It was ugly. It was very ugly. When you're playing games and the connection is terrible, it's in your best interest to play simple, but that's easier said than done. Oh, excuse me, didn't finish yet. I had one more highlight, but it was a woeful connection, as the UK guys love to use that word. Woeful, right? I'm not sure if I'm even saying that correctly, but it's not in the typical USA slang, not at all. And then I started going through a few of our consumables, just shipping them out. We're not using them right now. I probably should also look to sell some of the chem styles. Because I'm changing players so much, I'm not sure if it's worth me applying the chemistry styles on some of those players, because if they don't stay in the club, then it just seems like a waste of value where you could turn them into a better profit margin. Game 2, he's got way too many bronze players. So when I saw this, and I'm coming off a draw in Division 8, which has never happened in the history of Dirty Mike anything, and this was always going to be a serious session. This is going to be something where I'm feeling a little bit better about myself after a match that for me is embarrassing. I don't like dropping any points, especially not in a lower division, and not with the expectation that I have when I'm bringing you guys a Road to Glory series. I'm very hard on myself in terms of performance and gameplay, and I also want to bring y'all favorable gameplay. You're not going to see any custom tactics in this series unless it's something you guys want to see very heavily. Otherwise, I was not planning on using custom tactics in the Road to Glory, and I don't think that I need to. I got to Division 1, no problem, on my normal stream account without custom tactics. The only time I started using them is a little bit in FUT Champions, and in all honesty, I don't know if they even benefited me that much in FUT Champions. It takes a period to get used to custom tactics, And I don't know. I've had performances that were better without them. I've had games that were amazing with them. There's sometimes that I really notice in the build-up, in the back line, and the positioning, what you're getting from custom tactics. And there's other times where I feel like, that would actually hurt me, as we get some great creative work there inside the box. Easy finish. When you have a bronze goalkeeper you're up against, just shoot. Just shoot and good things are going to happen. And I want to talk about the park the bus counterattack issues that we're seeing on a daily basis, especially if you're in Division 1, or even worse if you're in FUT Champions, because people will do anything to win. And I believe it's that time where EA needs to drop a big patch. Not a small one, not a minor maintenance. We need a big patch, because the AI defending and how the AI moves for you is what's ruining Ultimate Team. In that aspect, because this game is good. FIFA 17 is a good title, but only if both people are trying to score goals. I can't stress, or I can't put it out there, how many matches I play in FUT Champions where my opponent does not try to win, he plays not to lose. And you know how frustrating that is as a very skillful FIFA player, in my opinion. I like to do all these different maneuvers. I like to put together great tiki-taka play and quality build-up, and I'm all about manual defending. You know how frustrating it is to go against someone who's not trying to beat you. They're just hoping to get the penalties, hoping to get a corner kick or a lucky bounce, something along those lines. There were times where I was going against 10 defenders. Guys never even crossed the halfway line. And the problem is, when you commit those extra attackers pushing for the win, as you should do, because who wants to play for a draw or even I don't not to get beat that bad. I don't understand this concept in FIFA. I just will never get it. I will never be able to relate to playing Park the Bus and enjoying the game, or playing ridiculous custom tactics where your back line and your midfield, nobody's attacking. But when you start to push forward, that opens up a counter-attacking option for that opponent. And then when they score that one goal, now you're stuck in this horrible scenario where you're chasing a game versus somebody who has no business or not trying to attack. Now, granted, if you score first, life will be fine, especially if you're going to hoe out the game. But I'm not trying to support this hoe movement, alright? Now, maybe in real life we've got a hoe movement on a whole different side, right? We got women out here on social media taking pictures. They don't have any talent, but they got a fat ass and they're making that work. Well, I don't want to see that come to FIFA, where people don't have any talent, but they can still get W's playing like hoes. I'm not sure that's a very good analogy, but that's what's on my mind. I see a lot of negatives with FIFA and the competitive scene, even though we have so many opportunities this year with the pro scene. If EA does not make a title more manual, does not reward people that are just seeing the game so much quicker, as opposed to now having to have these dirty tactics. In that game right there that you just watched, did you see the stat line? 37% possession. He just sat at the back. And his name was Homeless Jew, so I said stay homeless. If you've watched me play on live streams, I've got a problem with rage messaging. I was debating putting a punching bag in here, and I'm coming in and knocking out people. Well, hitting the punching bag, because my rage levels over the weekend has just been unbelievable. I actually finished Elite, and then I guess Gold 1 this past weekend. I didn't play all the games at any of the weekends, but I get triggered, and when I get triggered, it's possible for me to lose a few in a row, and disconnections actually happened this past weekend, which is not helpful at all. But for me, I will always want to give you guys a great performance to go with the entertainment and all the above, as we get a beautiful finish there from Niang. I appreciate you. The man is scoring goals. What else can I say? The man is scoring goals like there is no tomorrow. Should we let them know that he could wake up and play football the next day? I don't know if we should. And this is another game that, decent back and forth. My opponent really wasn't breaking through my midfield. But I wanted to use this video to kind of talk to you guys just about what's been on my mind with FIFA after playing so many games and just seeing the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I want to open it up for dialogue and have you guys in the comments kind of talking to me about, of course, the good with the overpowered players and the gameplay that you like, and then maybe talking about the FUT Champions, the holding of the ball, the counter-attack, because it's just been a constant. There's a lot of variables that change in FIFA. That has not been one of them. It's just getting worse from my experience. Every weekend that I've played in FUT Champions, it gets nastier and nastier with people that just hold the ball versus you or refuse to attack. I could just keep going on and on because it's so frustrating. Oof, a little scoop turn action. He thought he had me. We're dancing and prancing, and then we get a quick turn there. I like it, Jovetic. Always had a lot of love for Jovetic. His team didn't play bad, by the way. I still think that we should have won the first match, even with this crappy connection. Maybe a bit of a mix between unplayable connection and a new squad. That's a dangerous combo because whenever you make a new team or you swap formations, something else I did this weekend, I swapped a lot of formations and played around with the squad a bit. It takes a little bit of a learning curve. You're not going to be premium in your first game or your second match. A lot of times it'll take you maybe playing through a season to really have that down packed and be feeling very confident going forward in terms of being able to score goals, win matches, and just move the ball around in an organic way. But that's where I'm going to leave this off. We're going to check Nia's stats. What's he got? 3 games, 5 goals and assists. Pretty solid. If you enjoyed it, drop a thumbs up, and I'm looking forward to all the comments. Until next time, peace.